Hello and welcome. My name is Joshua Jones, and I'm going to be going over the level exporter I created for our student game, Audyssey. And so this is a one-to-one level exporter. It uses 3dsmax as pretty much the level editor itself, and then it just runs a script to export all the information into a file our game can read. Pretty much I wanted to use 3dsmax because I am familiar with it. I have worked with complex in-game level editors, and I just wanted tools I already knew. And I didn't want to waste dead time on tools that 3dsmax has that they would then have to make themselves. And then I just kind of thought it was a repetitive process, and I just wanted to avoid all that. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring up my script real quick, and I'm just going to kind of show you what I have here. So this is the level exporter itself. It's in a nice little window, but I don't want this window always getting in my way, so I created a way to dock it into a pretty much a custom user interface here. And I'm just going to kind of go over on everything this exporter is going to be doing. So the first thing here is the directory, and this is just pretty much where are we saving this file. So pretty much I have it into the resources and environment script of our engine, and that is actually just going to be like right here. This is where we store all our scripts. Like the last one created is this one here. This is what the output looks like. It just has the name of the object, position, rotation in quaternion, and scale. And the exporter can also export the lights as well. So we have lights, we have the type of lights, we have the intensity, which is how bright the light is. We have the color in red, green, blue value. We also have the attenuation and the spotlight parameters of the beam angle itself. We also take into consideration instance. So whenever I instance a light in game, in 3dsmax, it's also going to do the same in game. So this is just like the master parameters of what it is, and then we also just go ahead and export the position and the target position, and pretty much the game just makes a vector of that, so it knows where to point the light in game. And I'll be talking about that a little later here, because I had to do something special for it in the exporter. So let me go back to the exporter here, and I'm just going to go down the list, and it's super simple. This is a three-step exporter. So pretty much the first step is I just select all the objects I want. That is, objects and lights I want. Then I just go ahead and define the exporter, where the file is, and the name of the actual level. So right now I'm exporting gold intro, but I can change this to whatever I want. So if I go to something like my level, and go ahead and click save, it actually saves this information outside. So if I go ahead and run the script again here, you'll see that it saves it to my level. And this is just kind of to get, so I never have to type all the stuff all over again. So I do want it to be saved as gold intro, and let me just go ahead and dock this again here. And pretty much the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and generate my arrays. Now I create two arrays, just one for objects and one for lights. So you see I have a total of 845 objects selected here, and the number sent to the object array, which is how many objects I have in this actual scene, is 809, and then I have a total of 36 lights here. Now that's kind of fake because that's also considering the target of each light here, so I really only have 18 lights here. And then so the total I put up at the bottom, because if I was getting tired of just adding these numbers together, so like if I have like 830 objects out of 845, means 15 objects somewhere in my level are not actually being into the exporter and will not be exported. So I just have this script here to show me so I can check all the steps to make sure everything's going right here. The next thing I do is remove the targets. Because we derive how these spotlights or angles and in different ways in 3ds Max, and I have to compensate for that. I just have to remove targets, so I just made a simple button for that. So I removed 18 targets, and now we actually have, like, there's only 18 lights in this scene here. Now if I go ahead to export, you'll see that the level is go ahead and export it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go up and I'm going to run our game here. It'll just take a second.
Alright, so sorry for the fade off there. What was going on was I was not capturing this video at a high enough frame rate, and it made our game look like it was running at 5 frames per second, which is not the case. And hopefully I just cranked the frame rate up or the capture to 60. Hopefully it doesn't make our game look like it's super laggy or anything like that. So I'm just going to skip our intro cinematic here so we can show you the level. So right now it's loading Gold Intro, which is the level we just saw in 3ds Max. And pretty much this whole world is pretty bland. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the power of the level editor. And it's going to pretty much make this all look like a WYSIWYG, and I don't even have to close the game to edit this level at all. So while this game is going on here, hopefully this is all capturing at a good frame rate. Sorry if it's not. But I'm going to go back to 3ds Max here, and this is our world. Pretty much this is the area we are seeing right here. So we just have this, and we have one light. So I'm just going to do a quick little example here. Move this nice little hanging light up here on top. And what I do is I'm just going to go ahead and make like an array of these, pretty much. I'm just going to go ahead and offset this and just make a few more here in 3ds Max. Again, these are tools I already know and have access to. So like no developer has to remake these in another level exporter just so we can have an in-game level exporter. And you know, I'm just going to go ahead and make these have a nice little like R2 then. I'm going to go back to my camera so I can see the world, or sorry, the level as a whole. Select all of it. Go ahead and click Generate Arrays. I'm going to remove all the targets from the lights, and then again, the best button of all, just the export button. Now, here's the true power. While this game is still up and running, and I edit in 3ds Max, all I do is I have to click the restart button, and then all those lights are just going to be generated up here on top. So when we zoom out, now here we go, we have this nice little array of lights just exported up here on top. But that may be interesting, but it's not really filling up the level now. So I'm going to add some stuff to this back wall just to pique interest just a little more here. So if I go back to this world here, my level in 3ds Max, if I just go off here on the little side, we have all the objects for our game here. And let's see here, I'm just going to zoom in here. And so we have like the crate that she's standing on right now, which is just a placeholder for another object that we have not modeled because this level was just created like hours ago here. So if I go back here and go back to this room where I have this nice little shelf, and again, this is just all WYSIWYG. Everything I see in 3ds Max, we can export directly to our game here. So I'm going to put this nice little shelf on the ground, and I'm going to use these crates. I'm going to make this very dirty, and I'm just going to go ahead and array all the stuff up here. So I'm just going to shift drag, copy it. I want it to be an instance, and I want a few more of them to fill these other shelves, and bam. Now that's great, but now I want to fill this whole wall with just shelves, because why not? So just for the purpose of this demo, we're just filling up these shelves here on the back, even though they probably wouldn't be here in real life. You know, let's just actually create some fun. I'm going to go ahead and rotate some of these shelves just so they're not all in line. You know, I'm actually just going to have this one be on the ground here. So again, super quick and easy in 3ds Max. just going to move my objects to where I wanted them. Let's just say this one got like knocked over somehow. Then we can just scatter some of these crates now. Okay, so let's just say this. So this is great. So let's go ahead and put into our world. So again, the only thing I have to do is I'm just going to press C, which goes to our camera that has the whole world in view. I'm going to go ahead and say generate arrays. It populates my arrays with all these new objects, move my targets, and export. Again, just 3 buttons in a row with data to show you exactly what's going on each time. Go back to our game, restart, and then again, all those objects are just going to be here scattered in the background, exactly like I had them in 3dsmax. So we load up, and bam, we now have our shelves in the background, and the one that is tipped over with the crates, with the boxes all scattered. So that is the power of that. Now, like I said, this exporter also does lights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change this main key light here, which seems to be like a soft blue here. I'm just going to change that to something a bit more dramatic. So I'm going to go back to 3dsmax. I'm going to go ahead and select the light I already have here, and I'm just going to change its value. So let's just go with like the orange, I guess. I'll just crank this to 10 and see if I can make it really noticeable. Now, like I said, every time I change this light, it also changes the other one, because we can support instant scene from 3dsmax into our game. But I'm just going to go ahead. So what happens here is I added fail-safes to my script. So right now I only have one object selected instead of this whole world. So it's just telling me, hey, you forgot to select the whole world. So I'm just going to select everything and then go ahead and select generate arrays, and then we'll do all this stuff for me. With my targets, everything is working fine. Click export, level exported. When I get that message, it means I can just go ahead and here to start. And now this light up here should be nice and orange. And when it loads up here in the level, bam, now our level is nice and orange. Probably not the best looking thing, and I'm going to have to probably control do that when I do this for the actual level. But there you go, that is the level exporter, and how quick it is to just change and modify stuff in our world. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.